हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू स्टडीज विद जॉय। आपका स्वागत है हमारे चैनल पे। और आज का हमारा टॉपिक है 9th स्टैंडर्ड इंग्लिश 4.3 इंटेलेक्चुअल रबिश पार्ट 2. Okay, so this video is the part 2 of this chapter, and in the part 1 we have started this chapter and completed half of this chapter with the warming up questions. In this video we will complete this chapter, and I will also provide you the notes of this chapter, so don't skip this video, watch it full till the end. In the part 1 we have learned many things, and in part 2 again we will learn many new things also. So don't skip it and watch it full, and I will try to make you understand the all the parts of this chapter. So let's start. If you are new on my channel, then please subscribe my channel and please like this video. So let's start with the video. So let's continue with the chapter. We will continue from where we had ended. So let's start. Be very wary of opinions that flatter your self-esteem. So we had talked about opinions in the last part. The author was telling us about how we should avoid dogmatism, and also he has told that we should not be angry to the opinions which are contrary to our opinions, and always we should have a good reason for others to accept our opinion. So here the author is saying that vary means WARY means showing possible dangers. So we should always be aware of the possible dangers or the possible questions against our opinion, so that it doesn't flatter, means false praise your self-esteem, our self-respect. Self-esteem means self-respect. Both men and women, 9 times out of 10, are firmly convinced of the superior excellence of their own sex. So, from the childhood, both men and women have been told that they are superior. Men have been told that men are superior to women, and women have been told that way only. There is abundant evidence on both sides. So there is enough evidence on both the sides. Abundant means enough. So there is abundant evidence on both sides. Men can say that the one who did this was a man. The woman also say can that the one who did so and so was a woman. So there are enough evidences. If you are a man, you can point out that most poets and men of science are male. If you are a woman, you can retort that so are most criminals. So if you, the author says that if you are a man, then you can point out that most of the poets and scientists are male. And if you are a woman and you want to reply to this, then you can say that most of the males are only the criminals. The question is inherently insoluble, but self esteem conceals this from most people. So, the author says that the question is very difficult to solve, and the self esteem, that self respect, ego also conceals this from most people. We are all, whatever part of the world we come from, persuaded that our own nation is superior to all others. So we are all a small part of the world from we come from, and persuaded that our own nation is superior to all others, and all we, even us, think that our nation is superior to other nations. Even these nations have an argument about superior and inferior. Seeing that each nation has its characteristic merits and demerits, we adjust our standard of values so as to make out that the merits possessed by our nation are the really important ones, while its demerits are comparatively trivial. So always we try. A nation has its merits and demerits. Now, what I mean by merits and demerits, merits here I say that the it's good things, advantages, and demerits, disadvantages. Like every topic has some disadvantages and advantages. That way only a nation has some merits and demerits. And we can take example of our own nation also. We have merits that we have a great culture, and we have demerits that we have poverty, we have slum problems, cleanliness problems. So every nation has some merits and demerits, and we adjust our standard of value so as to make out that the merits possessed by our nation are the really important ones, while its demerits are comparatively trivial. So, uh, we what we do, adjust, we make our standard of living like that, that others see that our merits are really important. The good things that we have, our nation has, is really important. एंड आज जो डीमेरिट्स है हमारे, वो दे आर ऑफ वेरी लिटिल वैल्यू. ट्राइवियल मीन्स ऑफ वेरी लिटिल वैल्यू. So they are of very little value and they are nothing. So this this increases the overconfidence, and also this increases the overconfidence and also leads to arguments. Here again, the rational man will admit that the question is one to which there is no demonstrably right answer. It is more difficult to deal with the self esteem of man as man because we cannot argue out this matter with some non human mind. So it is very difficult that to deal with a man's self esteem, ego, a man's ego, because as we are humans, humans' nature is ego. Okay, so it is very difficult to think from a non human mind. The only way I know of dealing with this general human conceit, conceit means excessive pride in one, that is only ego, is to remind ourselves that man is a brief episode in the life of a small planet in a little corner of the universe, and that for aught we know, other parts of the cosmos may contain beings as superior to ourselves as we are to jellyfish. So the author says that the only way to get rid of this general human conceit, means every human has this excessive pride of one, is to remind ourselves that man is just a brief episode in the life of a small planet in a little corner in the whole universe. As we are superior to jellyfish, there can be some other beings which are in other planets which are superior to us also. So we should remember this, and we should not have a excessive pride in one. Okay, now let's go further. Other passions besides self esteem are common sources of errors. So, not only self esteem, different other problems or passions are also common sources of error, means mistakes. Of these, perhaps the most important is fear. The most important our problem is fear, dar. Fear can sometimes operates directly by inventing rumors of disasters in wartime or by imagining objects of terror such as ghosts. Sometimes it operates indirectly by creating belief in something comforting, such as the elixir of life or heaven for ourselves and hell for our enemies. So the fear forces us many things to do. The fear, I think so, fear controls us. So fear, it operates directly by inventing rumors of disaster. Rumors means afwa, false false things. It can say as अफवाह. सो ये अफवाहें फैलाते हैं जिसकी वजह से आर्ग्यूमेंट्स होती है, बहुत कुछ होता है. Or by imagining objects of terror such as ghosts. So ghost is what? It's a just an our imagination, which is just our imagination, and we have a fear also of it. Sometimes it operates indirectly by creating belief in something comforting. So it operates indirectly by making us believe in something comforting, means making us relax. Such as The elixir of life. Elixir of life. I think so. You have been heard about Amrit. Amrit. Whoever it drinks it will be immortal. No, he will never die. So that thing, or heaven for ourselves and hell for our enemies. Everyone thinks heaven is for ourselves and hell, narak, for our enemies. So that are just our belief. Fear has many forms: fear of death, fear of the dark, fear of the unknown, and that vague. Vague means unclear, generalized fear that comes to those who conceal from themselves their more specific devils. So, fear has many forms. Someone has a fear of death. Everyone has that. Fear of the dark, fear of the unknown. Unknown people से डर लगता है बहुत लोगों को. And unclear generalized fear that comes to those who conceal from themselves their more specific terrors. Until you have admitted your own fears to yourself and have guarded yourself by a difficult effort of will against their myth making power, you cannot hope to think truly about many matters of greater importance, especially those with which religious beliefs are concerned. So जब तक आप अपना डर एडमिट नहीं करते, यू डोंट एडमिट टू योर सेल्फ, यू जस्ट से यू मुझे डर नहीं लगता, आई डोंट हैव फियर अबाउट इट, but actually you have, but then also you say then it will not work. You will be never able to remove your fear. And until you have admitted your own fears to yourself and have guarded yourself by a difficult effort of will against their myth making power, you cannot hope to think truly about many matters of great importance, especially those with which religious beliefs are concerned. So our fear also makes us to take some wrong decisions, and there are some religious beliefs also which are just wrong and mad. Fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main sources of cruelty. So fear has only led us to the world of superstitions and one of main sources of cruelty also. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom in the pursuit of truth, as in the endeavor after a worthy manner of life. Endeavor means achievement. So to conquer means to defeat fear. हमारे डर को हराना is the beginning of wisdom, is the beginning of good life. In the pursuit of truth, as in the endeavor, it is a big achievement of truth after worthy manner of life. There are two ways of avoiding fear. Now, the author is telling us about the ways of avoiding fear. One is by persuading ourselves that we are immune from disaster, and the other is by the practice of sheer courage. Sheer means nothing other than. Okay, so the first way is that persuading ourselves means convincing ourselves that are able to uh, we are immune for disaster, means we are ready for the problem, whatever it is. We have no fear, we are ready for the problem. And the second way is to have a lot of courage. Okay, these are the two ways which will always help us to avoid fear. The latter is difficult and to everybody becomes impossible at a certain point. So to use these two ways is very difficult for everyone. Even people don't think, they just find a thing for their fear, means they find something that will just satisfy but not end their fear, that will just satisfy your fear. Let's see. The former has therefore always been more popular. Primitive magic, primitive means ancient, has the purpose of securing safety, either by enduring enemies or by protecting oneself by talismans, spells, or incantations. Ancient magic, you can say as jadutona, that has the purpose of securing safety. So many times, these all Jarutuna things, spells, talismans, incantations. Incantation means magical words recited in the same tone. Talisman means a small object used to fetch good luck. So these all things just satisfy our fear. This is with me, then I will be having good luck, and this will not happen to me. Ghost will not come to me. This is with me. So that just satisfy our fear, but not end. And if in the real time it doesn't help also. Okay, so without any essential change, belief in such ways of avoiding danger survived throughout the many centuries of civilizations. So these all things that this will bring luck, these spells, these incantations have been believed many centuries. Science has now lessened the belief in magic, but many people place more faith in mascots. Mascots means symbols to bring good luck. Okay. Then they are willing to avow. Avow means confessed openly. So after in this situation, science has proved that there is no this magic, all this nothing is there. But still, many people have more faith in this symbols of good luck, that all, and they are willing to confess openly. Neither a man nor a crowd nor a nation can be trusted to act humanely or think sanely under the influence of a great fear. And for this reason, poltroons are more prone to cruelty than brave men, and also more prone to superstition. So, because of this only, we are more prone to, we are more used to cruelty, we are more used to the superstitions than brave men. But we have been getting too solemn. Solemn means formal. Superstitions are not always dark and cruel. Often they add to the gaiety of life. Gaiety of life means happiness of life. So superstitions are always not dark and cruel. That is also point. I received once a communication from the god Osiris. Osiris is the god of death, giving me his telephone number. He lived at that time in a suburb of Boston. Although I did not enroll myself among his worshippers, he later gave me a pleasure. His letter. I have frequently received letters from men announcing themselves as the Messiah and urging me not to omit to mention this important fact in my lectures. Messiah means messenger of God. So the author is saying about his experience that many people, many magicians have sent letters to him telling that they are the messengers of God, they are very much divine, they have many powers, and you tell others about us in their lectures, and don't forget to tell. So that all things we should not believe in our life. I admire especially a certain prophetess. Prophetess means female follower of God, who lived beside a lake in northern New York State about the year 1820. She announced to her numerous followers that she possessed the power of walking on water and that she proposed to do so at 11 o'clock on a certain morning. At the stated time, the faithful assembled in their thousands beside the lake. She spoke to them, saying, "Are you all entirely persuaded that I can walk on water?" With one voice they replied, "We are." In that case, she announced, "There is no need for me to do so," and they all went home much edified. So the author is saying about a lady who was a female follower of God who lived beside a lake in northern New York State. So she announced to her followers that she can walk on the water. She has the power to walk on the water, and she will do on a day. She had decided to do and show everyone at 11 o'clock. On that time came, everyone had gathered. So she asked everyone that time, "Ki, are you all entirely persuaded that I can walk on water?" She asked that, "तुम सबको पक्का लगता है कि मैं पानी पे चल सकती हूँ?" So everyone replied, "Yes, yes, yes, we are persuaded." So in that case, she announced there is no need for me to do so. तो वो बोलती है कि अभी मुझे कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं, तुम लोग को पहले से ही मुझ पे भरोसा है. I have no need to show you. And they all went home much edified. Edified means inspired intellectually. So they then also people had been very much inspired from her then also. So they didn't realize that she fooled them. Perhaps the world would lose some of its interest and variety if such beliefs were wholly replaced by cold science. So, world will also sometimes do lose its interest and variety if some beliefs are wholly replaced by cold science. So, some beliefs are needed to be there to so that there is some interest and variety. A wise man will enjoy the goods of which there is a plentiful supply, and of intellectual rubbish he will find an abundant diet, in our own age as in every other. Now, the author sarcastically says that a wise man will enjoy everything that is available in plenty, and intellectual rubbish is always found in abundance. Means intellectual rubbish. So, I would like to answer your question that what is intellectual rubbish? Means the title of the chapter, intellectual rubbish, actually refers to the unimportant conservative beliefs that many educated people still believe, which have been practiced over centuries and are prevalent even in today's so-called modern times. So this was the chapter of intellectual rubbish. Now let's look forward towards the notes. So now let's look forward to the English workshop questions. Question number 1 is, the following expressions are a combination of a noun preceded by a describing word. Replace the describing words with as many others you can and that go with the underlined nouns. So यहाँ पर जो सेकेंड वर्ड है, हर एक दो वर्ड्स है, उनमें से जो दूसरा वाला वर्ड है वो अंडरलाइंड है, और उसके पहले यानी कि पहले क्वेश्चन में फैटल मिस्टेक इज अंडरलाइंड, एंड फैटल हम लोग को फैटल की जगह पे मिस्टेक के साथ कोई भी वर्ड डालना है जो उसके लिए सूटेबल है. तो यहाँ पर उसका आंसर है सिली मिस्टेक, ग्रेव मिस्टेक, कैलस मिस्टेक, ऑब्वियस मिस्टेक. ओके. सेकेंड इज फॉरेन कस्टम्स. कस्टम्स इज द अंडरलाइन. तो फॉरेन की जगह पे हम लोग लिख सकते हैं ओल्ड कस्टम्स, ट्रेडिशनल कस्टम्स, इंडियन कस्टम्स. थर्ड, अनएपेटाइजिंग डाइट. अब डाइट इज अंडरलाइंड. अनएपेटाइजिंग की जगह पे लिख सकते हैं बैलेंस डाइट, हेल्दी डाइट, वेट लॉस डाइट, न्यूट्रिटिव डाइट. चौथा है प्लेंटीफुल सप्लाई. तो सप्लाई अंडरलाइंड है, तो प्लेंटीफुल की जगह पर हम लोग लिख सकते हैं रेस्ट्रिक्टेड सप्लाई, इंडस्ट्रियल सप्लाई, एफिशिएंट सप्लाई. ओके. फिर है पांचवा सिंपल डिवाइस. हम लोग लिख सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइस, रिटोरिकल डिवाइस, स्टोरेज डिवाइस, ट्रैकिंग डिवाइस. फिर छठवा है सैवेज कंट्रोवर्सी. तो हम इसकी जगह पर लिख सकते हैं मेजर कंट्रोवर्सी, बिटर कंट्रोवर्सी, एंडलेस कंट्रोवर्सी, पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोवर्सी. फिर नेक्स्ट इज modern technique. We can write as analytical technique, alternative technique, popular technique, modified technique. Okay. Question number 2. Use the following idioms or expressions in sentences of your own. हमें idioms या फिर expressions हमें हमारे sentences में use करने जो दिए. So here I have given my own sentences. You can write them, or else you can make their own. You can take them as a guide. So next question, say why. First one should avoid getting angry about a difference of opinion. So I have given you the answers. You can take it down. These are the first three questions answers, and the remaining are here. Remaining two answers are here. Next question is, make sentences of your own to show the difference of usage of the following homophones. Answer is in front of you. You can take it down. Next question, when a family member is very ill for long, the grandmother of the family urges everyone to send for a person who claims he can cure victims of black magic. Compose a dialogue with her in which her granddaughter politely convinces her that she should not believe in such things. So this is a personal response question. I hope that you write it on your own. This is for your guidance. I have shown you. Next question, let's see. List the various ways of avoiding error mentioned in the passage. So I've given many ways. You can also write it directly from the passage. Okay, these are the remaining ways. Next one. If an opinion answer the following questions. If an opinion contrary to your own makes you angry, what does it indicate? If an opinion contrary to your own makes us angry, it indicates that we are subconsciously aware of having no good reason for thinking the way we do. The remaining answer the following are here. Second, third are in front of you. Fourth one and fifth one. These are okay. This is the remaining answers. You can take it down. These are the remaining ones, and this is the last part of this, the eighth one. Now question number 9. Find the opposites of the following. Answer with cautious, reckless, dogmatic, open-minded, contrary, agreeable, savage, calm, beneficial, worthless, reasonable, irrational, hypothetical, actual, cruelty, compassion, immune, susceptible. Question number 10 is the personal response question. So now we complete this chapter. If you like my video, then please subscribe my channel.